we're super lucky to have you guys here because like what you guys have planned. I want to get into that now. Actually, is so what are your big plans? So we can just let everyone know, and it makes sure everyone's on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Well, I mean, it's great for us to be able to utilize the schools, and the school board. They give us a great charity rate, and so it works out well. But at the end of the day, I think it works. It's ideal when you have your own place and your own space where you can kind of keep everything. You don't have to keep on packing up every week. But and so the desire is just to have our own space and our own place where we can. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just have creativity on the go, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, having after school programming and weekend programming, and it would just be ideal. So it just makes sense. And so we kind of
Yeah, I think also having our own place, one of the major things for us is it increases our capacity. So we're able to serve more and more people, more and more youth, right? So because right now we're kind of limited based on the amount of space that we can rent from the school board and that sort of thing. And we have to keep class sizes a certain size. And, it really restricts us in terms of how many people we can reach and how many people we can serve. So having our own place will really help with increasing our capacity to serve more people in the county, right, as a whole. So we're excited about that. So the big plan is to really have this public access creative hub where we can kind of develop, nurture, and grow this creative community. It's not just youth. I mean, the youth will be there and the youth will be a focus. Those youth will also grow with us and become adults. And then we can also have some intergenerational cooperation. We can have seniors coming in and volunteering. We can have them coming in and actually sharing skills. Like, I mean, crochet is an art, right?
Yeah.
So if there's knitting and crocheting, if there are some seniors who really are skilled at that and they can transfer those skills to a younger generation, we'd love to see that sort of thing happening. We also have a lot of artists in Dufferin County who are involved in what I like to call, cottage arts, right? And so if we can create a space where they can get, accessible studio space, and just a place to come and to be creative. We even have some retail space, pop-up retail space, included in the design of the hub, so that if someone is involved in a seasonal kind of art and they want to get some really low cost space where they can lease and kind of sell their products, that would also be available. So the goal is really a really holistic, creative community where we can do that arts education, where we're serving youth, but also create an opportunity for the community to come together around the arts.
If we understand, there's going to be like possibly a recording studio and a computer lab as well.
Absolutely, yes. Shared
and a commercial
workspace,
kitchen too, right?
a training kitchen, yes, because there's going to be a cafe. So the idea is that the kitchen would serve as the kitchen for the cafe, but also a training kitchen for those culinary arts programs.
Wow. That is a ton. And so can you explain more about the facility itself? Like, so from my understanding, it's going to be using shipping containers, a modular design. That's really cool.
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of just part of the design. We were looking for, how can we build this in a way that's modular? How can we build it in a way that's kind of, more on the sustainable side? How can we do it in a way that's creative? Because, after all, it is a creative hub and we want to put a really creative stamp on it, right? And so for all of those reasons, we looked at shipping containers and we found a great partner in a company called Giant Containers, who actually does a lot of work in the not-for-profit kind of community space. And so they came alongside and did a lot of, consulting kind of with us on the design and what would be possible with shipping containers. So we're kind of excited about that because it is, again, something very creative and, that speaks to the creativity of it. I don't know that it's necessarily more low cost than a traditional, but I think also because we're trying to partner with the town, and the town has been so gracious and so supportive in agreeing to provide land for this project. It's something that if we need to make changes to it, if we need to build up, if we need to expand it, if we need to reduce the footprint, then we can do that easily because of the use of shipping containers. So it's permanent, but semi-permanent, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, you can build it pieces at a time, from what I understand, too, right?
Yeah.
So, like, as you get more money, like as you fundraise more money, you can add more stuff to it, right? Am I wrong in assuming that?
No, you're
No,
correct.
you are
You're
correct.
correct. Yeah.
That's awesome, and that's great to hear that the council's been so supportive. Because I mean, like, it really does seem like Shelburne does have some people on council that are really supportive of good ideas, that are really trying to move the town forward, and
Yes.
it's good to see. It's really good to see. And so where is the facility going to be?
Right now, the proposed location is on a plot of land that the town owns. It's just adjacent to the CRC. Yep, right next to Glenbrook Elementary School.
Yes, there's a parking lot there, so in a corner of the parking lot, basically.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I mean, that's a pretty decent location. I mean, if
Absolutely
it's
central.
that's great.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, our proposal was initially we were thinking Fiddle Park, but the town.
Well, one of the counselors made a very valid point that that's not necessarily very walkable for young people.
Yeah.
Right. And so the proposed location is central, and a lot of residents would have access to it to be able to even walk there.
Yeah.
That's awesome that they actually didn't just shoot it down and it's like, no, come up with something else. They actually were looking to help and provide a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were blown away by the amount of support.
Yeah. Because you never know, right? You have this idea that you think is good,
and it's very ambitious.
Yeah, very ambitious. And we go in there, we say we want to build this, place.
Hey, would you give us land?
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
So just that validation, it just affirms again and confirms that it's definitely a need here, and the town council recognizes that we're a growing community. And we believe that, we can partner together to meet a lot of needs that are in the community.
And also demonstrates what you just said, which is that, our council is really forward-thinking, progressive, and very supportive of good ideas.